Hey Card Pack, this is Justin Holiday of the Indiana Pacers. Welcome to the Sports Card Consultant Show. First of all, you better get my rookie card. It's going to blow up. Second, thanks for supporting the show and being awesome. Enjoy.
Hey, what's up, Card Pack? Today we're going to be going over the top 10 basketball cards going down. So we're going to look at the 10 basketball cards that are going down the most over the last week. Also, I'm going to try something new today. A lot of my adult life I've spent closely studying psychology, human behavior, and spirituality, which is a very misunderstood idea in my experience. It's Sunday. I'm going to go over something, and maybe you want to listen to it, maybe you don't. I'm going to go over the cards thing, but first I'm going to go over something I feel like it'll benefit you in sports card investing, but I think it'll also benefit each of us in life. So I'm going to go over that too, but first I want to remind you I'm doing this giveaway for the NFL Prizm Cello pack. All you got to do I'm going to be giving that away on March 8th. All you got to do to enter is click the link in the description, and it'll take you over to the podcast, and just leave a review. All you got to do to enter is leave a review, right? We only have 16 people in right now. That's it. So just go ahead and leave a review. Also want to remind you I have the Sports Card Society, where almost every day I send out an exclusive video to my members outlining a sports card opportunity that I dug deep on the research on and found that I think is really good. And I'm going to be raising the price on that after today. So tomorrow the price goes up. It's only $9.99 a month or $99 a year. Plus, members get access to my resources. One of them is allows you to get 20-day PSA grading for just $25 and 5-day grading for just $70. That's about half of what PSA would charge you if you went to them direct. So that's a good resource. Plus, we have a private Discord that has awesome, really excellent sports card investors in there with great advice, lots of activity going on there. It's a wonderful community. That alone is worth the price of admission. But one of the cards I recommended back in January was Michael Jordan. We were getting it for around $25-$30. Today it's going for $80. It was going for upwards of $115 about a week ago. Chipper Jones, we're getting it for around $75. Today it's going for around $200. This Kobe rookie, we were getting it for around $160. Today it's going for $450, $550. This LeBron, we were getting it for about $150, $160 back in January. And today it's going for, over $600. And this is just to show some of the things that we've picked that I've recommended. And see, the Sports Card Society is like me handing the members fish. You know what I mean? That old saying, give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, feed him for a lifetime. So this is me handing fish out. And I created a course called the Delta Factor that is teaching how to fish. And the reason I did this is because I just had so many people asking me how I find these cards all the time, how I do this, what's my method, what do I do, how can they do it? And I'm like, I can't really answer that question, but what I can do is I can put a course together, and it's a video course of about 8 videos, I think, going for about 3-4 hours of content showing exactly my methods to how I go in and I'm able to find winning cards after winning cards. And, I went back over the past few months of my picks and what I've been buying and stuff, and I realized that, and this is only 3 months, that over the last 3 months, over 83% of the cards that I picked are up in profit, are worth more today than when I bought them. And the ones that aren't, I actually feel like they will be. It's just I'm playing a longer game on those ones, And some of them, I might have just timed it a little wrong, but overall, that's an excellent rate. And I was like, I'm going to show exactly what I do, because when I first got back into cards, I was just buying what everyone else was buying, and I didn't really know what the hell I was doing. And over time, I made mistakes for sure, but then I ended up coming up with some strategies and methods, and I saw a bunch of different data points, and I just developed the skill of finding undervalued sports cards that are going to go up. And so if you want me to hand you fish, Sports Card Society, I think you should be in it anyways. If you want me to teach you how I fish, Delta Factor, the link for this is in the description. Plus, there's a couple bonuses with the Delta Factor. At least currently. I'll probably be taking them away, but I just launched this week, so I got some bonuses in there. One of them is you get a free month of the society, and you get a free year access to the private Discord group. Really good value here. So the link for the Delta Factor is in the description. The link for the Sports Card Society is in the description. And all right, what I want to do now is I want to dive into, like I said, it's Sunday. I wanted to get a little spiritual. I'm not religious. I'm not a religious guy. And maybe you are. That's fine. I grew up in Christianity. I grew up in the middle of South Dakota. Everyone's got a church there. It's a conservative place, and typically conservative culture has a Christian background to it. And so, every Sunday I'd go to church with my grandma. Not that I really wanted to, I was always really bored, honestly. And but she's so wonderful, and really the people there are very wonderful and nice in my experience. When I got to be older, actually be an adult, I pretty much left religion. Not because I think it's super bad or terrible or something. It just didn't have all the answers I was looking for. Because ever since I was a kid, I'd ask questions in what do they call it? I think we called it catechism, where you go to, every Wednesday you'd go in and every Wednesday night, and you'd go in and for several years so you could learn all this stuff, and then you could actually take communion. Anyways, I'd always ask questions, and I'd just never really get an answer that made sense. And I was like, you guys aren't. So as an early age, I was just kind of like, I'm not really in on this, because if you guys can't answer these simple questions, like if you're going to make statements, and then I ask you, why are you making that statement? I'm not going to just blindly listen to you. You're nice people. I like you. But what you're saying doesn't make sense. And you don't have an answer that makes sense at all. Again, if you are religious, which I'm sure a lot of you are, that's fine. I don't think it's all bad or something. I think it has the capability of doing bad by manipulating people, but I'm not saying they all do. No way. Mine was a bunch of nice people. It just didn't really fulfill me. So through my adult life, I've definitely put in my 10,000 plus hours studying psychology, studying human behavior, studying spirituality, which again, like I said, is a really misunderstood word. And again, if you don't want to listen to this, just go ahead and fast forward or change the channel. It's just Sunday. I want to try something new. Give me your feedback. Be nice about it. Give me your constructive feedback. Just tell me what you thought. I'm going to keep going here now. So what I really want to talk about today is why we do what we do. And this really applies to the sports card world too, but it also applies to every aspect of life. And that's why I really wanted to talk about this one today, because I think this is a question that in all of our minds is really a big, big question that we have, because we see what people do. Hell, we see what we do, and we're just confused. Why are they doing that? Why am I doing this? Why am I overweight? Why can't I get myself to work out? Why do I sleep so late? Why do I get so angry about this thing? Why this? Why? And that's a question that not haunted me, but I was very, 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 very curious about. And the conclusion I came to through, it sounds like you may have your own answer to this, but, I studied, and I've went to lots of seminars. I've studied with what I would call world experts, like our modern day philosophers of the time, our Socrates, our stuff like that. And those are the people that I tended to gravitate towards, and not that they were perfect, You got to be careful. Just because you're listening to people, just because you're listening to me, I'm not perfect. It's not like I know everything. No one knows everything. Nobody. And that's a big trick that we let ourselves fall into, is we start thinking that some authority figure knows more than we do in every way. And we just listen to them blindly without really thinking about it, because we built enough belief in them. Not even necessarily trust, but belief in them. Let me get some coffee. So again, this is something new that I'm trying out today. It's Sunday. It's something new I'm trying out. Let me know what you think. Maybe you want to fast forward and just go straight to the sports card content. That's fine. Maybe you want to change the channel. I understand. But give me your feedback. Let me know what you think of this. So what I've just figured out is why we do what we do is it's actually pretty simple, which aren't all the major answers in life actually pretty simple. I mean, in my experience, that's what it's been. But why we do what we do is simply because every decision we make, we see more benefit in making that decision than any other decision that we are aware of. I'm going to say that again. Every decision we make is because we see more benefit in making that decision than any other decision we are currently aware of. Awareness is, I think, the actual measure of intelligence. That's how big I think awareness is. Awareness is the actual measure of intelligence, not how well you can do on a math test, not how well you can memorize the notes and take a test, not how well you can do this and do that. I mean, these are all measurable pieces of intelligence. Yes, your ability to, your memory. Yes, that is a faculty of your mind that is a factor in intelligence. Yes, able to interpret data and conceptualize. Yes, that is a measure of intelligence. People can be geniuses at doing that one thing. We make the mistake of looking at intelligence as how good people can do in formal school, right? And we look at geniuses as people that can like play a piano excellently, or they're genius at building computers, and they are. But that doesn't mean they're overall genius at everything in their life, not even close. And I actually believe every single one of us is walking around with genius inside of us. And I'm not just saying that because it sounds nice or shit like that. Like, to me, it's a effing fact. We just don't recognize it. We're not aware of our genius. Like, you could be a genius at, honestly, like fantasy football. Like, sure, okay, maybe society's like, no, that's stupid, that feels conflicted. But just if you slow down and look at the skill that you've developed in something like that, or sports card investing, or football, or watching TV, watching certain shows, or surfing the internet, or using the Instagram app on your phone, like, people can become geniuses at anything. And it's just a measure, it's just a level of awareness that they grow in doing it. You're like, well, why can savant kids like play piano like crazy? I'm not sure why, but I think that they just have a immense, obvious awareness in their mind that allows them to do that. Because at an early age, you have such a blank. When you're born, you have like a blank slate of a mind. You don't really have opinions. You don't sit there and say, no, this is the right political party to be part of. No, this is the right race of people. No, this is the right baseball team. Like, there's no opinions. You're just born as a blank slate. So why the hell do we do what we do? How does a baby develop hate? How does a baby get into Fortnite? How does a baby get into sports card investing? How does a baby decide, oh, this race of people aren't as good as this race of people? Like, it's learned. It's taken in. And what we do, if the people around you when you're growing up are frankly racist, you're probably going to be racist, because you're going to seek the approval. You're going to see benefit in choosing to be that way, because the people around you are that way and you want to fit in. There's benefit in that. You want to be like them. You love them. So you want to be like them. They can't be wrong. You need to be like them. And then these things go deep, 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 deep into our subconscious mind. And we don't even know why. We aren't aware of why we do what we do. And this plays into sports card investing. This plays into everything with life. Again, give me your feedback on this stuff. Sunday, I just wanted to make something different. Maybe you fast forward to the just straight sports card content. That's fine. Maybe you change the channel. I don't know. But give me feedback on what you think of this, because I feel like I'd like to serve you even more than just bringing you sports card data. But why we do what we do is simply because we see more benefit than drawback, more pleasure than pain in a certain decision than any other decision we are aware of. Like, a lot of people have jobs because that seems to be based on what each of us are aware of. Many of us, that is the most beneficial, the idea, the decision that we see that has the most benefit of anything else we're aware of. Yeah, well, I'm aware I can start a business. Well, yeah, but there's just so much more to a belief, to a perception than that. And most of it isn't actually in our conscious awareness. It's in our subconscious awareness, which could be from, you could spend a life trying to unravel all of that. But the simple fact is, when you watch behavior, that person, you, me, everybody, is just doing what we see more benefit in than drawback. That's it. That's all it is. And we can get really frustrated with people because we just see so much more drawback in what they're doing than benefit. But they are doing it because they see more benefit than drawback. Does that mean they're wrong? Does it mean you're wrong? Does it mean they're right? Does it mean you're right? Not necessarily at all. But it's just a much more accurate way of perceiving behavior and results. That's what I really wanted to talk about today. I wanted to share that. And in sports card investing too, people are buying cards because they see more benefit than not buying cards. They're selling cards because they see more benefit in selling them than keeping them or buying them. I mean, that's just straight up what it is. And again, in life, we're just doing what we see more benefit in than anything else we can think of. And there's our limitation. What can we think of? I mean, in reality, I think we give ourselves way too much credit. We are not that intelligent. I mean, we are, but it's just that we don't know about infinitely more than we actually do know. So we are extremely limited in our ability to put together information to make a decision. Any decision it is in life, period. We just know so much less than we don't know a lot more than we do know. Hope that makes sense. You might be thinking, well, why am I not in like great physical shape then? Well, that's a good question. But the answer is because you see more benefit in not being in great physical shape than being in great physical shape. And that's going to make some of you scratch your heads and go, oh, this is bullshit. But it's not. I mean, really slow down and just think about it. Don't just judge that. Think about it. All right. What are the drawbacks to being physically fit? What are the drawbacks? You're thinking, there are none. It's great. You're sexy. People are into you. You feel good. Well, those are the benefits, but what are the drawbacks? This isn't a unipolar universe. This is a bipolar universe. There's good and bad, happy and sad, beautiful and ugly. This is a what's the word? Anyways, represents two. I don't know why that word is escaped. It's a dual. It's a duality. It's a universe of duality, good and bad, happy, sad. There's two sides of every coin. It doesn't matter what it is. Oh, I'm in great physical shape. That's wonderful. What's the drawback? Well, I got to dedicate a lot of time to working out. I got to get up early in the morning. I got to eat a certain way. I got to stay on this regimen. I got to go through the pain of working out. I can't eat the cookies and foods I like to eat. I can't really sit on the couch and watch the shows I want. I got to there's only 24 hours in a day, so I got to spend more of it working out than chilling and relaxing with my family. Stuff like that. Like those are all drawbacks that can be sitting in your subconscious mind. So the reality is anything you want to do, you just need to sit down and you actually need to come up with more and more. You need to stack benefits. You need to stack benefits of why it would be beneficial for you to do what you claim you want to do. Like if you want to be in great physical shape, just sit down and really stack up the benefits. I'm talking like 200 benefits. That's an actual workshop thing. I didn't come up with that. I learned that from Dr. John DeMartini. He's like one of the world's foremost human behavior specialists. And that just blew my mind when I actually understood that. He said it a million times, but it took me a while to really get it. And it was just like, that makes so much sense because you can actually control what you do by building your awareness of the benefits of doing it. So I think that I'm probably going to wrap it up there and get into the sports card content. Let me know what you thought of all this. I hope to serve you at a higher level. Like sports cards are great. And I think you're smart for being in sports card investing because where do you get more gains than here? I mean, maybe there's other things, but in my awareness, this is the best thing I know of. And you're in it too, if you're investing, because you see the wonderful gains. You see more benefit than drawback in being in the sports card market. The people that aren't in the sports card market see more drawback than benefit. We say they don't get it. Well, yeah, they don't. But they see more drawback. Like, again, got to spend the time. You got to learn the data. You got to learn the players. You got to learn the cards. You got to learn this. You got to learn that. You got to dedicate time. You got to follow this. You got to do. It's a commitment, and commitment can be a big drawback to a lot of us, right? If you want to be physically fit, it's a commitment, and we would use the word sacrifice. I don't like to use that word because sacrifice to me, it's been, again, it gets a bad rap, but I think a different word would be relevant, but what we really mean by sacrifice in these cases is that exchanging these 2 hours in a day of watching TV and eating chips for 2 hours of working out and eating, salads or something. You know what I mean? And it's just, that's what it is. And that's why we do what we do. That really is why we do what we do. Because in our current level of awareness, whatever that is, it's different for all of us, no doubt about it. Not that anyone's dumb, not that anyone's smart. We're all dumb and we're all smart. I mean, that really relaxed the anger inside of me in my life when I just realized that I'm stupid as hell and I'm smart as hell and everyone else is the same. I see them do dumb shit. I'm doing dumb shit that I am just not even aware of. I just don't get it, But so I try to look for, what am I doing? What result is it causing me? What result am I bringing to myself? Why we do what we do. Let me know what you thought of this. We're going to dive into the content. Do you want more of it? Was it a waste of time? I mean, be nice. Come on. If you don't like it, just say, it wasn't for me. You don't have to be, when we were kids, I mean, think about how you learned how to be. You learned from adults, right? You watched them. They were the authority figures. They're the ones that know what's going on. They're so smart. They know this and they know that. And then when you become an adult, what are adults like? We are crazy. We are crazy. The kids should be teaching us how to live. We are maniacs as adults. We are nuts. We are dumb. We are overly opinionated. We are filled with hate. Yes, we have experience, and some things we're more intelligent about, no doubt about it. But we should be learning a lot from the kids because they live from their heart. And we live from our built-up, biased mind as adults. So think about that. You're an adult, most likely. And other adults, there are a lot of adults you look at and you go, how their kids are going to be effed up. Like, these people are crazy. These people do, even people that you don't think are crazy, but you watch their behavior and some of the things they do, you're like, God, they could just be so much better doing something else. Not even because of an opinion of yours, just because it's so obvious. Like, hey, maybe don't let your kids just spend as much time as they want on their phone. Hey, maybe don't teach your kids about, to be racist. I use that as an extreme, but there's just all kinds of things I can't really think of right now. But kids watch the adult behavior and then they end up just becoming adults that mimic that behavior. That's what we are. And then we can alter our behavior, but we have to bring to consciousness of what we do. And then not so much as even why we're doing it. We just need to know what we want to do, what outcome we want. And then we just think about getting that outcome. It's not so much figuring out why we do what we do. I mean, I laid it out to you. It's because we see more benefit than drawback. Like, you don't really need to think about it much more than that. You don't need to figure out where it came from. You just need to think about, what do you want? And then just think about that. And your mind will figure out the rest. You will figure out the rest. Let's dive into the content. You guys are so awesome. I hope you enjoyed it. But let's dive in. All right. Basketball. I'm in the Market Movers tool. I went under price movements by card, pulled up basketball, PSA 10 over the last 7 days, sorted by biggest down. What do I call that? Percent change negative. Number one at the top is Kevin Durant 2018 Prizm Silver, down 45%. Let's chart this one real quick. So I'm going to go through this probably faster because this video is going to get pretty long because of the whole Sunday sermon thing I'm doing. Need some coffee. So it started the week at 99, went up to 151, went down to 76. Straight up buy, sell, hold. Not a card I'm buying. I'm not into buying because of the data. These modern cards of a guy, sure. Oh, this is actually him on the Warriors even. But I'm just not into buying stuff, low pop count, all that. I'm just not into it because I don't think long term it's really that great. I mean, maybe you make some money as we get closer to the playoffs, but just not one I really want to mess with, because if it doesn't do that, if it doesn't go up as we get closer to the playoffs, like, I'm just stuck holding the bag. I want a Kevin Durant, but I'd want his like rookie or a more iconic card. Colin Sexton, 2018 Prizm Red Ice. So this is more interesting because this is actually a rookie, down basically 40% on the week. Pop count of only 37 makes sense. Not exactly a high printed card. Colin Sexton's been pretty good this year. Started the week at 305, had a low sale of 178, and then 203. Let's go to eBay on that one. That's interesting. So here's an auction. 2 days left. It's already at $220. Here's one. Buy it now for $475. One for $800. So there's auctions going on. Let me see. What was the? Let's pull this one back because I like Colin Sexton actually. Let me refresh this to make sure I have the most current wins and losses record. Come on, screen. Where are the Cavs? Oh, Cavs are in there. Oh, yeah, I'm in the East. Okay. Oh, boy. I think it's quite unlikely that they make the playoffs. So I don't know if he's going to get really any playoff hype. I probably wouldn't be buying this one, although he's been great, you know. Did I pull this back? Let's pull back 60 days. What's going on here? But I don't think I'd be buying this one. I think I'd be holding it because Colin Sexton looked pretty good. I think I'd be holding it longer term. Maybe sell it because it might dip even more when in the off season. I don't know on this one. This is a tough one. I don't think I'd be buying it though. Yeah, I don't think I'd be buying it. I'd either be holding or selling. LeBron, 2019 Prizm Red, White, and Blue, down 38% on the week. This is probably one that I am not buying either. The same reasons, like sure it's his Prizm Lakers rookie, and it may go up some as we get closer to the playoffs. But I just, I got burned on this one, on this type of card, because look at that chart. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. Overall, it stays about the same price. It stays right around maybe $125. So I don't see much upside on this card. I see more downside than upside. Why do we do what we do? I see more downside than upside to this card, so I'm not buying it. I'd probably be selling it once it gets to above 125. I'd be selling it because I see benefit in selling it at that point. I'm not holding it. Not holding it. I don't see benefit in that. Next, LeBron James, 2018 Optic Base, same thing, down 37.5%. So it's going to be the same thing as that Red, White, and Blue we just looked at. I don't see enough benefit. I used to, but then I actually got some, and I realized, these things are not as valuable as I'd hoped. They really didn't have the demand didn't have the staying power. There's nothing real special about it. It's his first Lakers optic right here. I don't see it anymore. I don't see the benefit in having it. And again, same thing. It goes up and it goes down. But look, it's roughly staying about right here. Its real value is probably around $100 to $120. Now, as we get closer to the playoffs, maybe you could say right now is a good buy because it's at its kind of low. It's quite a dip. And the Lakers have been losing, and Anthony Davis is going to come back. So if you wanted to use this as a quick flip, I wouldn't hate you. I wouldn't hate it. $80, you can't really, there's not much to lose there. I don't think it goes down much more than that. And as they get closer and closer to the playoffs, and in the playoffs, LeBron James stuff is going to go up. So, at this price, as much as I'm going against my own words, if you bought this, I'm not going to buy it. I wouldn't be selling it. I'd probably be holding it. I'd be holding it or buying it at this price. Because as we get to the playoffs, LeBron James stuff is going to go up, right? It just is. So if you bought this for around, I'm actually going to put a link to this one in the description. Just because of where it's at, I can tell by the chart it's at its bottom. So it's like, maybe this is a good buy then, because only as a quick flip. In quick flip, I mean flipping it right around the start of the playoffs. Don't even take it into the playoffs. Just flip it. In my opinion, it could be totally wrong, but my opinion is to flip it right at the start of the playoffs. Next, Bull 2019 Prizm, down 30%. Bull, I do not believe has played very much this year. He's almost like a cult classic at this point. Let's take a closer look. This card's been doing nothing but going down. I'm not buying it. I'm not even holding it. I may just sell it and get the hell out. Although, because a rising tide lifts all ships, maybe it's just down so low now that as the Nuggets get to the playoffs, maybe this goes up. But I think that people that were hoping Bol Bol would come in and like play more, I think that even the hardest core believers are waning off of it. So I don't think I'd buy it. Devontae Graham, 2018 Prizm Silver, down 28.7% on the weeksy. Started the week at $199, hit a bottom of $93. Last sale of $142, pop count of 684. If you don't know what pop count means, that's how many of these cards exist. So this card in the grade PSA 10, there are 684 of them in existence currently. So that is the pop count, population report. Devontae Graham, look at that. Okay, now this is his rookie, right? See the badge? Yeah, saw the badge. Oh, I like the color match. Let's pull this one back 60 days. Do the Hornets have a shot in hell? I mean, they got LaMelo. Yeah, you know what? At the moment, they'd be in the play-in group, so I see potential there. Even if they're going to be playing in, even if they come in the 10 and they get to play in, because 7 through 10 are going to play in for the 7 and 8 spots in the playoffs this year. So even if so that actually adds a little bit more hype. What am I doing here? Got to go to the chart. So 60 days ago, Devontae Graham's card was 340, and it's been doing nothing but going down until recently, really. It went all the way down to 93, and right now, 142. That's interesting. That is interesting. Let's go to eBay. I think if this card was 165, 249 or best offer, 59 or best offer, 255 or best offer, that's Burbank too. If you ever get a chance to go to Burbank Sports Cards in Burbank, California, do it. Sasha T says it's like the Disneyland or Disney World for sports card investors. For sports card enthusiasts, really. 279 or best offer. What do I think? Buy, sell, or hold this? I mean, I didn't see any for sale that were really in the realm of reality. If you can get this for under $100, I'm not going to leave a link in the description of this one because I'm not buying it. I don't know if I'm selling it either. I might be just holding it because as we get closer to the playoffs, it'll probably go up. LeBron James, 2019 Select Concourse, his third card on here. All his Lakers rookies down 28% on the week. Let's chart it. $87 to start, low of 61, latest sale of 71. Pop count of 358. Good looking card. You know, it's select. Pretty low pop count. I'd probably be more in on this one than the Prizm or the Optic. The same thing, it just kind of goes straight across, but it'll go up and down pretty solid. Like here it is at $60 and then here it is at $100. So there's profit to be made with this card. I just don't know if I want to play that game. I think there's just other plays I'd rather make. What's it at right now? It's at about its probably real value of probably about $70, $75. That's probably about its real value. Slightly ticking down. But again, if you want to have a flip, maybe go on StarStock and buy this. Maybe buy a StarStock A. If you're not familiar with StarStock, it's a card buying and selling marketplace platform where you don't actually have the cards sent to you. I mean, you can have them sent to you, but you don't. But that's not really the thing. And you can also send in cards. And what StarStock will do is grade them with their own grading standards. So they'll look at what they'll do is they'll look over the card and give it a grade of StarStock A, StarStock B, StarStock C. And StarStock A's, their examination of it, they believe it will be a PSA 9 or a 10. So that's why you'll see StarStock A's going for more than your regular raw ungraded cards, because they've actually been graded. They're not in a slab. They don't have a PSA sticker, but they've really been examined by a neutral third party. Actually, they're neutral, but they're actually even more in your favor because that StarStock grade, that is their product. And if people lose faith in the StarStock A, B, C grade, especially StarStock A grade, then they lose faith in their marketplace, which is not good for them as a business. So that StarStock A grade, it's a real grade, but it's somewhere in between a raw and a PSA or a BGS or an SGC. It's a grade. It isn't a StarStock A is a grade. It's a graded card. And that's why it goes for more than your regular raw card, because it's actually been examined. And when StarStock did their first PSA submission, so you can now, on StarStock, you can submit your cards on StarStock for PSA grading. It costs $30 a card. And the latest batch that came in, which was their first batch they ever sent in, came back, and 92% of the StarStock A's came back PSA 10s or 9s. So that StarStock A holds water for sure. And if you haven't been to StarStock, you've been thinking about it, I'll put a link in the description. Use promo code SportsCardConsultant, and you'll get $10 free when you deposit $10 or more. And yes, that is case sensitive. Capital S, capital C, Sports Card Consultant. All one word. You'll see it. Just copy and paste it. Not buying this. Next, Shaquille O'Neal 92 Topps Base, down 27%. Now this one is a lot more interesting to me, because this is Shaq. Started the week at 112.61, had a high of 1,400, a low of 857, and the latest sale of 960. Pop count of 2,037. His Topps Base, I don't love the pop count on this one. Let's pull this one back 60 days. This will give us a better idea of where we're currently at. Where that card's been going up. It went up a lot. So it looks like it had to go into a correction period. And wow, this might be this might be a buy. Let's look at this. So on the 10th of January, this card was $387, and then Vintage went on a tear, and this card went all the way up to a high of 1,752 on the 9th of February. So a month later, that card went up like what? 5x. So it makes sense that it needs to cool down and correct a bit. And, you know, it's come down to about half of what it was. So I'm thinking, in my guess, I'm thinking 900 is the new floor, because it got cut in half, right? It was at like 400. And then it went up to 1,800. So it makes sense to me that it won't come back down to 400. But it makes sense that the new floor is like 800-900, for it to where when it goes up next time, it'll go up from there, and it'll go up higher than 1,800. Now, I can't guarantee anything. That's a disclaimer. Like, I can't guarantee anything. Your decisions are your own decisions. I'm just sharing with you my opinion, okay? And this is my thought process, all right? Because this is what I've seen historically the sports card market do. Any market, really. You can watch stocks. If they have a run up, they will have a run down, but they'll end up at a new floor, a new support. And then when they start going back up, they'll find a new ceiling, which 1752, about 1800 is this card's ceiling, apparently, that it has a hard time breaking through. And it's going to come down to its floor, its support, which looks to me to be around $800-900. Based on what's going on here, because you can see when it's going up, you can see how it kind of went straight across here for a bit at about 900. That tells me something. And as I go up, it goes up to 1,800, and then it comes down. Now we're at around 900. So, I mean, I'm going to look at eBay. I feel like this card's a buy. Is it Shaq? It's an all-timer. He's in the public eye. There's a lot of auctions going on here. Let's see if I can click buy it now without eBay having a conniption. $8.99. Okay. I think that's good. I think that's a good buy. $8.99. How many listings? 92. See if we can sort it now without eBay kicking us out. Well, it's having problems. $8.99. Some auctions going on too. Some of these are certainly higher, but I'm just looking for the ones that seem like they actually want to sell. So I see potential here. You know, if you can get this card for $900 or less, I'm going to put a link to this one in the description. Because look, it was $1,800 3 weeks ago. And now it's down to 900. Like, I feel like that's the floor, the support. And plus, you know, this isn't something to quick flip. This is something like, all right, Shaq rookie tops went on sale. I'm going to buy that, because this is more of a longer term hold. This is the thing where this is my opinion. This is the type of thing where I just hold it. I hold it. Maybe Maybe if I want, I'll watch for it to get to, 3,000. Then if it has a run up like this, I'll sell it, and then only because I know it's going to come back down. But that's an extra risk that I take. So would have I known 1,800 was the top? No, but it wouldn't have been crazy to be like, all right, this thing's went up 5x in a month. I think that's a good time to sell. If something goes up 5x in a month, that's probably a good time to sell if you're going to sell. Because, you could have sold and then you come back and buy it at 900. Although, you don't really know what's gonna happen. So, again, that's why with a card like this, if I'm buying this is a long-term thing for me. Maybe I got a number that I'll sell it at, but it's just something where I'm parking my money and I'm going to let my money grow. And I'm not going to pay so much attention to the up and down of it because I know overall it's going to go up because it's Shaq. One of the best players of all time, still in the public eye, does way too many commercials. He annoys the hell out of me, actually. I like him, but I don't like him. This thing, he's shameless. He's absolutely shameless. The commercials he will do, I feel like he should be embarrassed by. General, save some time. Like, what? You ever seen the General commercials for General Insurance? I mean, he'll do anything. He will do, I swear to God, I could get him to do a commercial for this channel. Because I don't think he'll say no to anything. That's how I feel about it. But I'd buy this card. Definitely buy. The most obvious buy to me that we've looked at so far. Sekou Doumbouya. I don't know how to say his last name. Sekou. His 2019 Prizm. This is rookie, down 26%. This is a guy that I bought some of going into the season because it was just so cheap and he's got so much potential. He started the week at 41. High sale of 43, low sale of 27, latest sale of 36, pop count of 1531. Interesting. Let's pull this back. Let's just pull it back. I mean, it's not a good team. That's for sure. That can be helpful. But this has been nothing but going down. So I'm not buying it. I mean, I don't even know if I'd be selling it because it's just so low. If you bought it up here at, $90, I mean, you're already down so much. Like, I think I'd just hold it. I don't think I'd be selling it. If you bought it at $30, you want to get out, sure. I'm not buying it. Not buying it. I'm either holding or selling, but probably holding because you probably bought it at a high enough price. And he does have potential. Next on the list is Zion. Actually, he's going to be the end of the list. His 2019 Select Premier level, down 26%. Let's chart that one. That may be quite the buy. What? So it started the week at 635, then a sale of 510, then a sale of 540, then a sale of 455, then a sale of 475. Pop count of only 466. His Prizm is around 16,000. This card, 466. We're definitely going to eBay. Let me pull this one back like 60 days also. Interesting. Because Zion is really, he just had so much hype. You've heard me say it before, but he just had I didn't buy much Zion because the hype for him was so insane. For it to match the hype level, he would have had to win the finals his rookie year. That's how high the hype was. He looks to be a great player. But the hype was just too high. Because you can't have hype that effing high. Except for LeBron James. Like, that's it. And that's LeBron. Now. Not when he's a rookie or a second-year guy. But he looks really good. So I think Zion's values have actually come to where they should be. So I've been buying Zion. And I particularly like the Select. Because of the low pop count. And, bold statement. I think Select is going to overtake Prizm as the king? Yeah, I said it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I think Select eventually, especially Premier level, is going to overtake Prizm. Yeah, I think it's just going to be, on average, worth more than Prizm. And I think once it breaks that barrier and the market comes to grips with it and accepts it, that it's just going to go up to yet another higher level and it'll just take over. Because I believe Select is going to become a retail, because Select has always just been a hobby-only product, so you had to buy it directly from, a dealer or Panini. You can't find it in a Walmart or Target or anything, so the print count is just way lower. Pop count, print run, way lower. But I think it's going to become a hobby and retail product. And I think that that's going to get selected in the hands of more people, and they're going to have more value on it. And they're going to go back and see, hey, wait a minute, that's all there was? And then they're going to learn it was hobby only and go, whoa, that's way undervalued, which is what those of us that really spend a lot of time in the sports card market already think and have thought for quite a while. I've thought Select was undervalued for a year. I've been like, this doesn't make any sense. So most of the rookie cards I have of ultra-modern players, guess what? They're Select, Premier level, because the market was even confused. Premier level is more rare than Concourse, because Select has Concourse, Premier, Courtside. Concourse being the most common, Premier being the less common, and then Courtside being the most rare. So Premier was just kind of like, people didn't understand. They were thinking Concourse was cooler than Premier, but Premier has a much lower pop count because there's just less of them, like significantly less, by at least half. I'm not going to pull up his Concourse right now. Let's go look at eBay. What did we say that last sale was for? If I can find this for under $500, I feel like that is just a $650 even, or best offer. If I can get this for under $600, I feel like that's just a steal. And look, where are we? Where are the Pelicans? Oh, wait, we gotta go over here. So Pelicans, they could be in that 7 to 10. They could be in the play-in spot. So I like that, because if Zion gets to be in the play-in spot, his card's gonna go up. And again, even if they're sniffing around it leading up to this stuff, it's gonna go up. I like this. If you can get this for under $600. I really like this. I know the latest sale says $475, but right before that it was $540, and then here's one of $635. Like I said, I think you can see the trend going up. You could also get involved in, are there any auctions going on? No auctions going on. Auction may be the way to go for it, because you may really get a deal on that. But even if you get this for under $600, I mean, look at the watchers. 19 watchers, 16 watchers. 19 watchers on one that's $650 or best offer, 16 watchers on one that's $699 or best offer. So people are interested in that price. It's just, there's not a whole lot of them for sale. And I think that this card goes, what did I pull it back 60 days? I mean, look at overall. Well, almost every card, including Prizm, has been going down over the last 60 days. This Select has at least stayed the same, if not, it's slightly gone up some. And you can see really from this point, you can just see that it just kind of is ticking up. I think that's going to continue. So I will definitely leave a link in the description to this one. I really like this buy. I really like this buy. And I decently like this buy. I'll leave the target price that I'd be looking at. Again, these are just my opinions. Your decisions are your decisions. Also, leave me a comment what you thought about the Sunday sermon type thing, going over something that's deeper at a human level, at a maybe spiritual level, at a psychology, whatever level. I thought that was interesting, and it applies to not just sports cards, but it certainly applies to life, and I like to talk about that stuff. So let me know what you think. Maybe this is the only one I ever do. Maybe you guys hate it. I don't know. But also, enter the giveaway, because I'm going to be drawing that on March 8th, so that's in about a week. And all you got to do is leave a review on the podcast. Link is in the description. And if you haven't listened to the podcast, it's these recordings just in audio, because it's not always the right time for you to watch, videos. Sometimes you're driving or you're working out and you can't really watch a video, but you want to hear about the market updates. So, podcast, baby. Also, a Sports Card Society, if you want me to hand you fish, sports card opportunities, and get lower price PSA grading, get access to the Discord group. And I'll be raising the price tomorrow. On the society, I'm going to be raising the price tomorrow. Right now, it's only $9.99 a month or $99 a year. I'm going to be raising the price tomorrow. So lock it in. And if you want to learn to fish, get the Delta Factor. You'll also get a month free of the Sports Card Society, and you get a whole year of access to the private Discord. And those are bonuses that I'm only offering for a limited time. It's just that I just launched the Delta Factor this week. And so I threw in those bonuses to make it extra spicy, but I will be taking those out eventually. And then if you like this Market Movers tool, I don't know how you do sports card investing without it. I'll leave a link in the description. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month or your first year. This Market Movers tool is the most important thing I use in sports card investing. It's not even close. And, like the video, subscribe, hit that bell, all that good stuff. Happy Sunday to you. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about the this Sunday sermon style thing. And stay classy. You're awesome. Thanks, Card Pack.